Imagine a world in which entire colonies might be held captive by a single pirate. The oceans were lawless, and every ship could disappear without a trace. Blackbeard's world was one of cannons thundering before dawn, smoke curling from a blackened beard, and gold-laden ships captured before they could shout for aid. Pirates dominated the seas for decades, mocking civilizations, sinking ships, and challenging kings. However, all legends come to an end. Today we learn how the most dreaded pirates in history, including the frightening Blackbeard, were ultimately tracked down, vanquished, and permanently removed from the seas. Number 11. Blackbeard. The myth made real. Edward Teach, also called Blackbeard, was the most terrifying of all the pirates. Blackbeard realized that horror was a weapon. Before the fight, he lit slow-burning fuses in his beard, causing smoke to stream over his face like a demon from hell. Numerous ships gave up without firing a shot. He was in charge of the Queen Anne's Revenge, a heavily equipped battleship that could destroy fleets of merchants. He embarrassed colonial authorities, captured ships in broad daylight, and blockaded ports. However, Blackbeard was not only brutal, but also cunning. He bought off governors, took royal pardons when they were helpful, and disappeared when the pressure became too great. He played the system flawlessly for years. However, empires were gaining knowledge. Number 10. Empires strike back. Pirates were no longer just thieves, they were a direct threat to global trade, the lifeblood of empire. European powers responded with three major strategies. First, stronger navies. Permanent naval patrols replaced temporary escorts. Warships began hunting pirates aggressively rather than defending single convoys. Second, legal warfare. Special admiralty courts were created to execute pirates quickly. Trials were short, hangings were public. Pirate corpses were displayed in iron cages along harbors as warnings. Third, divide and destroy. Governments offered pardons to pirates willing to surrender. This fractured pirate alliances, turning crews against one another and weakening their networks. The Golden Age of Piracy had entered its final chapter. Number 9. The hunt for Blackbeard. By 1718, Britain could no longer ignore Blackbeard because he was too strong and embarrassing. The governor of Virginia gave Lieutenant Robert Maynard of the Royal Navy a covert order to kill him. No forgiveness, not a trial, just death. Blackbeard thought he was safe when Maynard followed him to Ocracoke Island. British ships launched an attack at dawn. With pistols, swords, and pure rage, Blackbeard lunged into combat. The battle was personal and vicious. Blackbeard continued to fight after being sliced over 20 times and shot 5 times. He didn't fall until his head was almost cut. Maynard severed Blackbeard's head and suspended it from the ship's bow to demonstrate his victory. It was an obvious message. The era of pirate rulers had come to an end. Number 8. The final fall of piracy. The pirate community was rocked by Blackbeard's passing. Others swiftly followed. Captains such as Calico Jack, Charles Vane, and Bartholomew Roberts were either slain or captured. Pirate strongholds were eliminated. Naval patrols tightened their hold. Trade routes were made safer. Rates for insurance decreased. At last, governments had authority over the waters. Although piracy had not completely disappeared by the 1730s, it had been disrupted. Pirates were no longer a worldwide threat. Instead of being fabled ocean monarchs, they were dispersed criminals. Number 7. Pirate havens were wiped off the map. Pirates did not rule the seas. Alone, they depended on hidden strongholds. Places like Nassau in the Bahamas, Port Royal in Jamaica, and remote islands along the American coast acted as pirate capitals where stolen goods were sold, ships repaired, and crews recruited. Once empires realized this, they stopped chasing pirates one by one and began destroying the ecosystem of piracy itself. Naval blockades cut off supplies, corrupt governors were replaced, and pirate-friendly ports were invaded or placed under direct military rule. When safe harbors vanished, pirates were forced to stay at sea longer, where they were easier to hunt and far more likely to starve, mutiny, or be captured. Number 6. Pirates lost the information war. For years, pirates had the advantage of intelligence. They bribed dock workers, tavern owners, and corrupt officials to learn which ships carried treasure and when they would sail. But governments fought back by securing information. Ship routes became secret. Convoys sailed under false flags. Pirate informers were arrested or executed. Suddenly, pirates began attacking the wrong ships, poorly armed, poorly supplied, and often protected by hidden warships. Without reliable information, piracy became a gamble instead of a strategy, and gambles rarely favored outlaws. Number 5. Life as a pirate became hell. The romantic image of pirate freedom hides a darker truth. As the crackdown intensified, pirate life became short, brutal, and hopeless. Constant pursuit meant no rest, no repairs, and no fresh supplies. Injuries went untreated, disease spread quickly, food spoiled, water ran out. Many crews turned on their captains, surrendering them for pardons or rewards. The very democracy that once made pirate ships attractive now caused chaos under pressure. When survival replaced profit, loyalty vanished. Number 4. Pirates were used as warning signs. Governments understood fear just like pirates did. Captured pirates were not executed quietly. They were paraded through cities, mocked by crowds, and hanged in public spectacles. Their bodies were tarred and displayed in iron cages called gibbets, sometimes left to rot for years at harbor entrances. Every sailor who passed saw the cost of piracy. These gruesome displays worked. Recruitment collapsed. Young sailors chose harsh Navy life over certain death on a pirate's rope. Number 3. Technology turned against pirates. Early pirates succeeded because they were faster and better armed than merchant ships. But that advantage disappeared. Governments invested in heavily armed merchantmen, faster naval vessels, and better cannon. Pirates could no longer overpower targets easily. Battles became longer and deadlier, and pirates could not afford losses the way empires could. One lost fight could end an entire crew forever. Number 2. Pirates could never become a nation. This was piracy's greatest weakness. Pirates had no factories, no farms, no shipyards, and no legal trade. Everything they owned came from theft. Empires, on the other hand, could replace ships, train new sailors, and fund endless patrols. Piracy was powerful but unsustainable. Once governments committed fully, pirates were fighting an enemy with infinite resources and time. History was always going to choose the side that could rebuild. Number 1. Blackbeard's death broke the spell. Blackbeard was more than a pirate, he was a symbol. As long as he lived, piracy felt unstoppable. When his head was displayed for all to see, the illusion shattered. Fear changed sides. Pirates realized no reputation could save them forever. Surrender suddenly looked smarter than legend. Within a few years, piracy collapsed not just from force, but from loss of belief. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history's most dangerous outlaws, like the video, subscribe to the channel and share it with a fellow history fan. Because the seas may be quiet now, but the past is still roaring.